Hello and welcome to this week's Countdown to Whirl. I only am going to say one thing, and that's I'm going to be producing a video soon. I might try and do it after the stream, so look out for that. Thank you. On with the show. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another nerdy episode of another Nerdy Talk Show, where we talk nerd. Ugh, what a week it's been. Not a lot happened, honestly. I'm actually kind of disappointed. Very disappointed. I'm disappointed in my children. My non-existing children. Anyway, my name is Evan. I'm the usual host here. I'm here with my buddy Kuma the Sleepy. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
Excellent. You're looking good. I like the jacket.
It's a jersey.
Oh, it's jersey. I didn't even know. I don't see a lot of jerseys that have like the open front. A lot. Usually just regular shirt.
Mm.
Hey, I go Gaga. I go Gaga for Star Wars. What does it say in the front? I see the Empire logo here. What does it say in the front?
That's it.
Nice. Anything on the back?
I think it just says Vader or Darth Vader, I believe.
It has like the year the first movie came out or something like that. It has the number or something.
I believe so.
Yeah. It's funny because I told you about how I'm May the 4th this year's Star Wars year. If you guys don't know, when Galaxy's Edge opened, there was a new tradition on May 4th where a bunch of Star Wars fans get together at night and raise their lightsabers in front of the Falcon for a photo op. Apparently they can't have it this year because May 4th conveniently is the same day that Hollywood studios opened 35 years ago, and they're celebrating the birthday that night, so the crowds are going to be astronomical. So I'm part of this Discord group called the Galaxy's Edge Discord, and they have an informant in DHS who had to tell them that the crowds were going to be astronomical, so they had to move it to like the 28th. They're trying to think of a better name for it, like in terms of like May the 4th. But hey,
I feel people might still do it.
I can imagine they would. But it's probably gonna be like a small turnout.
Like I feel like people who are gonna say Die Hard are gonna try to still do it regardless of how many people are there.
You make a reservation. The Force is with me. Oh yeah. I still want to go to it sometime. I wish it wasn't on a weekend. Me and Kuma are gonna be hitting up Galaxy's Edge on May 7th though. So as well as other Hollywood studios fun. And I hope you're excited. It's been a while since you've been there. Last time I still have the footage. I gotta make that video of us making the lightsabers. It's really good stuff. Anyway, tonight we got trailers for an upcoming M Night. I can never get this guy's right. MC Shyamalan. What? Who the hell is that? Anyway, we got trailers for Trap, an upcoming Shyamalan film, and Transformers 1, which we are both really excited about. We've also got casting for the upcoming Sonic 3 movie. Surprising enough, Hayden Christensen wasn't approved. I thought he was this whole time, and apparently I wasn't alone on that.
I mean, I thought it was weird when y'all said y'all knew that, because I was right here going like, I haven't heard anything about that, but
well, the rumor started like this. Hayden Christensen was at MegaCon with Ewan McGregor. They did a panel together, and I thought to myself, I should go to that panel, ask if he is going to play Shadow. But I didn't have time because I think my girlfriend was sick that night or something, so I had to go back. But apparently, someone else had that same mindset. I can imagine a lot of people did, and someone did ask him at the con if he was doing it, and the rumor is he said yes, and that was where he was going to confirm it. I think this was more or less just word of mouth, but I must have misheard it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he probably said yes or anything.
Yeah. The fuck, I would love to see him voice Shadow. Hayden Christensen needs more work, man.
I guess I don't know.
What was the
I
last?
mean,
No, go
I
ahead.
mean, I don't really. I mean, again, I don't really care much for actors like on their like really on their personal lives really or anything. So I don't really follow them or anything. So,
Hmm.
but I'm just thinking with him. I'm sorry. It's just that yeah, if you're that big for like that big on Star Wars to really want him to do more stuff or anything, I'm just you're going like, why not just find someone else that you like? Like, why does it have to specifically be him? Like, or anything is all?
I
Like, I'm
think it
just
was.
curious.
I can see why. It's because apparently, like, he sounds more like Shadow, and I can
I
hear it. I
guess. I
can.
mean,
I can hear it. I played a lot of Sonic games growing up with him in it, and I can hear old school Shadow in there.
I guess. But I've also heard. I've watched all the John Wick movies to hear how serious John Wick's voice could get, and I feel that also
I can see that.
matches more the intensity of Shadow as well too.
True. I might as well get that out of the way. Hurst. Derpy is best pony.
It's
How you
not just
doing?
pulling off a voice. It's not just pulling off a voice. It's like getting the actual attitude of the character and everything
Oh yeah.
to fit it.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Because again, like how I said, I didn't really care about when we were talking about the whole Futurama being brought back for Hulu and everything, and the whole thing was to see if they could get
Someone else to
the
voice
voice
Bender.
for Bender. To see if they were going to get the same person or a new person.
Yeah.
Like I said, for that, I didn't mind if they got someone else as long as it kept the same attitude as for the character. Like I'm okay like for characters to sound a bit different as long as it's not like a so different
That's too
voice in general.
distracting.
Like as long as we're not getting the Bender we know turning into a whole British voice Bender or something like that. Like if it was something like that, then I'd be like, okay, that's some bullshit.
Exactly. It's kind of like when they replaced early from Squidbillies with another guy, and it was just clearly someone else that
Oh,
good image.
I didn't really watch that.
Oh, it's okay.
I didn't watch Squidbillies.
No, it's okay. I get you. Anyway, yeah, let's get that out of the way. Apparently, we got Keanu Reeves. Oh, apparently, Derpy's best pony's turning 21 in 16 days. Happy early birthday, man.
Nice.
So apparently, yeah, we got Keanu Reeves coming as Shadow, and I can't go. Let me put the voice aside. I did agree with you and Jablonski when you did say he can have that intimidation. Like he can, I could. I haven't seen a lot of
Well, not
John.
intimidation, attitude.
That's. I said that was the same thing, but like,
No, intimidation is legit
hmm,
face to face
true.
intimidation. That's it's more attitude that he's doing
Hmm.
because
I guess that is correct.
yeah,
Has Shadow
yeah.
ever once been intimidating?
I mean, depending on who you are,
I'm waiting for somebody to.
kind of.
I'm waiting for someone. What for? I'm expecting a comment to pop up saying, "Did you not play Shadow the Hedgehog?" And I'm like, and if that was the case, I was gonna say I said intimidating, not hilarious. Oh my gosh,
I
I
like how
always
people like to rag on that game. I enjoyed it.
I liked it too. I played it on PS2. It wasn't really that hard. I can imagine like controlling Shadow. It was a little. It was floaty. I can't deny that, but it was fun. I just didn't take it seriously. I thought it was funny. Shadow's just
Yeah,
suddenly
I mean,
packing heat.
I love how people always say they have troubles with controls. I'm right here going, what the fuck did y'all do with your controller or something? Did y'all get shitty controllers in the beginning or something? Because I'm right here just playing games like do 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 like I'm doing pretty okay. When I hear people that are like right here going like, yeah, I played it and like for some reason the controller it made me do this and everything. I'm right here going, are you sure it's not just fucking you? Like, are you just not doing it correctly? Maybe like I'm reading what it says to do and I'm doing
Oh
it
my god.
fine. I'm not like going off screen or anything. I'm right here literally going,
I
yeah, woo,
remember
woo.
nice Mario impression. I do remember one game that my uncle gave me two Game Boy games that used to belong to a roommate he had before he moved out, but he left it behind. One was Super Mario Land, and the other one was Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy. Oh, those controls. I know, like, they were not responsive. Like, when you held down, it felt like 1 second passed before they did that action. The only thing that worked. Also, the game was really shitty. I mean, yeah, it's a Game Boy game. You can win. Here's a little hint. If you ever want to beat the Mortal Kombat game on Game Boy, just just jump kick. You'll win every fight.
I was gonna say there was no real controls to a Game Boy. It was just the D-pad and two buttons. There's
Well,
no. If you were trying to do a combo on that, I'm right here going like, I don't remember doing shit on that game. I just played it once. I was like, yeah, I don't like this. The Mortal Kombat one.
I heard that I did search what I did actually look that up because AVGN did a review of it, and I was actually looking up why was it this were they so delayed? And apparently the rotoscoping they like kept the rotoscoped actors in there, but it's obviously it's Game Boy, so the graphics look like fucking they look like the actors
Well, yeah.
got burnt on one side and I think it just got out of the oven. And apparently, yeah, because of the
Mm,
rotoscoping there, it like took too much like I'm gonna say like either RAM or like space or something like that. That and it was causing the actions to like lag a little bit. And apparently they didn't have they I don't know whether they had to release it quickly for like for like Christmas or something or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know.
Um but back to Shadow. Yeah, I played the Shadow the Hedgehog game. It is a guilty pleasure of mine. Like I said, I just saw it as fucking hilarious. Hilarious. I mean, every single time Shadow gets hit, goes like, "God damn it!" He also has the best death quote I've ever heard. Damn, not here!
Yeah.
When I heard that for the first time, I had to pause it just because I just burst out laughing. I'm like, oh my god, you got
I'd be
Sean
okay
Shim.
if they. I'd be okay if they actually remade that game.
That would be too. I'd like to see what they can go with it. Get Sean Schemmel back as Black Doom, Shadow's weird alien father. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I know that was even weird looking back at it. Shadow was made by the blood of an alien that has a weird anus mouth.
No, he wasn't. That was just a that was just an alien who wanted to use Shadow.
Yeah, but he was made through his blood. That's how at the end he randomly is able to control his body out of nowhere. And yeah, he says, "Don't you remember you were made from my blood, so I can control you."
Isn't that
So,
only like if you went down? Isn't that only like if you went down one of the certain the one of the certain trees to the ending of it?
no,
Because I know it had like several endings.
it's in the last it's in like the last story where there's like one level and then the big boss. Like after the one level, it's like it's just something Black Doom can do out of nowhere. He's like, "Yeah, I can control you." I'm like, "Okay." And then Shadow just resists it and he's like, "Yeah, you don't have control." And then he turns into fucking Satan and then you fight.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "Where the fuck did this thing come out of nowhere?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, don't you know you were created through my blood?" So I'm like, "Cool. So your dad's a weird floating alien with a detachable starfish eye, and he has a face that looks like the warhead dude with three
Well,
eyes."
like they said, he is an experiment. So,
Hmm.
mm.
But yeah,
And he was made in space. So
eh,
I'm just curious as to why they chose a. Again, I've always been curious as to why they chose a hedgehog.
you wanna? Well, that's the thing. You wanna know what's really even funny? He's technically the second attempt. The first attempt was the bio lizard, and then he just went. And then when that failed, he's like, "Yeah, go to hedgehog."
No, yeah, I think I remember that, but
I
no, just again, I'm just curious as to why they went with animals because I was like, like as him being labeled as this being of
Yeah,
sorts. I'm right here going like, I want to know what was going through all their heads before they chose Hedgehog.
yeah.
Like I can understand like the first character like with Sonic being like yeah funny thing like yeah Hedgehog that runs fast yeah that'd be cool. Like if they literally were trying to make some sort of rival to Sonic, I would love for the idea for it to have been like an animal that we know that's always running fast or something like that, but it's slow.
Oh, what's the name of that one animal that can run on the water? Freaking
The Jesus lizard.
yeah, not the lizard. It was like it's like a fuck. What's the name of that thing? I think it was like let me look it up. Um,
Yeah,
and
the only thing I know that walks on the water is just that lizard, but it's not really running fast. It's because it's flat feet.
yeah, basically it was a apparently I get like the I think you're talking about the basilisk. Is that what
I
it is?
guess I don't really know.
Hmm. Yeah, that was it.
I
Yeah,
just
that
know
yeah,
it's
no, 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 that is the one I'm looking at back now. I thought it was a creature covered in fur. Um, but yeah, that would have been cool. Running so fast you can run on the water. Character with a fucking
I don't
mega
think it's running fast though. It's just like
popping.
its feet are yeah, its feet are just flat enough and its body is like
Yeah.
light enough so it's not really piercing the piercing the water or
Hmm.
whatever.
I like its tail. You can make that into a side character and use that tail as a lethal whip. One but yeah, what about a rabbit?
Well, again, I don't know specifically which is a fast animal in general. Like
Mm,
it's whichever animal that's known for being the fastest, and just like they just go ahead and like, yeah, due to some weird experiment, it is now the slowest animal ever, or it can no longer run or something like that, and it's just jealous of Sonic.
like are hedgehogs even that fast?
No,
Yeah.
you ever seen a hedgehog? They're really small. Like
Yeah. Actually, they move fast. I looked it up. Oh, 4 miles per hour. That's actually not too bad for an animal that's that size. I mean, the reason you know why Sonic can run fast, right?
yeah, he was an experiment.
He was. Is that what I haven't
Well,
seen?
there are several. There are
Yeah,
several. There's one that believes that it's his shoes.
yeah. It's the Archie.
One where
That's the
it
comic.
believes one that believes that he's an experiment from one of Robotnik's attempt to try and copy the Emerald's power,
Oh yeah. I have to watch the movie. I don't know if I've seen the
and
movies or not.
another is I think he's just connected to the Emeralds or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
I think I just only know those other two.
Hmm.
Just yeah, it's his shoes or he's an experiment.
The shoes were from the Archie comics. I know that.
Yeah,
One thing.
I remember that in the cartoon.
Yeah, it wasn't. Oh yeah, that's right. The cartoon was loosely based on the comics. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that really gets my fascination is are they going to follow the same story from Sonic Adventure 2 where they bring in like the space colony arc because Shadow was created by Eggman's
I
grandfather who
I feel like we'll have flashbacks to it, but I don't think we'll have like the full space colony thing.
oh yeah. I actually hope they do considering because that was a good game.
No, yeah, like I think it'll probably build it up to it
Yeah.
because again, this is just probably an introduction to Shadow
Yeah.
and maybe a build up to a bigger thing.
Mm,
Because I love how people are saying, "Oh yeah, this is going to be Jim Carrey's last movie." It's like said that about
mm.
the other two, I believe too, or like I remember people saying that like about the first Sonic. It's like
Like if he's coming back like for every like every game if you make another Sonic movie Eggman is going to be the villain.
um
Oh, please tell.
sometimes yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's
Like
this
he doesn't necessarily have to be the main villain usually. like he's the villain, but he doesn't have to be like the specific main villain.
True. I mean, like sometimes he's just involved in making the main villain,
Yeah,
basically. Kind of like what he did with like Chaos, the Bio Lizard,
mm,
um,
yeah, because he was also
Neo Metal
slightly
Sonic.
responsible for having just like how they did in the movie. He was also responsible for having Knuckles fight Sonic for a
True.
while too.
True. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie. I gotta rewatch. I don't think I saw Sonic 2. I saw parts of one, but I'm still so I need want to catch up. I'm considering all the hype. But Keanu Reeves, I'll give him a shot. I'll see. I'd like to see what he can do. I just want to see a trailer first, see what we got, what they come up with.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I'm gonna be curious on it as to how they'll like
Yeah,
introduce Shadow, like how he's going to be awakened. Because I know, like in the game, Robotnik goes to
military base.
the pyramids.
No,
No, he goes to like
his base is in the pyramids. He goes to like a he breaks into like a into gun headquarters to see what this project they stole from like the Ark.
no, not Robotnik's base is not at the pyramids.
Yes, it is. He
That's where
fight.
that's where he that's where he goes to find Shadow in the first place, and then he makes his base there. Because I remember like that's where like didn't you have to like go there and then yeah go into a military base? Because isn't that
The
where a
first
military
one.
base is first?
No, it isn't. I know why. Because you know the part where where him, Rouge, and Shadow break into the island to get the Chaos Emeralds and then blow it to the ground. Eggman says the front. Eggman implies that this was the island he got Shadow at because he implies that they came back to it just to because there were three other emeralds there, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, because I only just remember being inside the base and then like when you get to the end, he just has to
I thought
he
my
just puts the name he just puts the name Maria for the password.
yeah basically, which is weird why the military would be using Maria's name as the password, but whatever. What I was gonna say, what I found funny is that like when it goes to the pyramid base level, the first thing Eggman says is those fools will never find my base hidden in this pyramid, and you have to fight a whole slot of gun soldiers that have clearly infiltrated his base, which I think is fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
I would like to say besides Robotnik and everyone on the evil side that kind of almost like kill people. I feel like Tails has also killed people as well too in that game because of how he has his mech thing. That thing literally is shooting rockets
True.
and energy beams or energy balls, whatever.
I find it funny because like in the movie in the game when you're fighting your enemies, they're all robots. Bots in the game, like unlike Shadow where you're shooting real
No,
people. But what's really funny,
no, yeah,
what's really funny is
yeah.
that
Those are robots that Robotnik made.
yeah. But I think you have a point when in the episode where you're running through the city, blowing shit up, knocking down police cars and like causing all this property damage. I'm like, dude, you're causing more damage than the dark side is at this point.
Just city damage, but yeah, still damage in general.
Yeah, I mean, I thought of that because there's no dark level that takes place in the city. I mean, yeah, there's the Rouge driving level, but do you care? I
I
don't
was gonna
care.
say, doesn't Shadow have one where he comes down from
The bridge.
the bridge? I mean, I know it's not like in the city, but I know it's like
Yeah, but it's like, but you're in the air the entire time. You're not like destroying like public property, like running over cars or like shooting like police cars. You're always on
yeah.
in the air on this long ass bridge that
Actually,
has.
if I was to really blame someone in that first level, I blame the whoever the hell's in the giant ass semi that's running after you
Oh yeah,
because
that
that
guy.
thing is taking up like, literally the whole road
And don't even
and
get.
destroying all the cars.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I love
I
that.
blame that one more.
I love that.
I
I
blame
like.
that one more.
Did you ever see what it was like in Sonic Generations? In Sonic Generations, when the truck appears, this time it has fucking three saw blades on the top and it can fly. It can like grind the
Oh
side of a
god.
building. I'm like, holy
Mm.
oh my god. I also like how the back of the truck is literally a giant version of one of those steel crates you can break with the flame ring.
I need to find the link where I found like people talking about the Sonic movie and saying like with the introduction to Shadow now,
Yeah,
will they give us the introduction to the like slightly or will they give us like a clue or maybe a some introduction to the rest of the group later on, like to like you know where Sonic is originally from and everything.
I can imagine. Yeah, they give some backstory on that. I want to know how they're
Yeah,
gonna do
because
the
like it'd
scene.
be cool.
I want to know how they're gonna do the scene with Maria. That's gonna be really brutal.
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the usual thing of like,
They cut
oh,
away.
point gun at target, and then
Yeah.
uh,
A nickel.
camera camera zooms in at target's eye as they see the guns pointed at them.
Yeah.
Then camera zooms in at gun barrel as it fires, and we see the white muzzle
And it
flash
just
as the bullet
encaps the whole
leaves,
thing in like light.
and then just no, and then it's just a back, just like it's just a shot of like the whole scene, but the person who shot is no longer there. Then it's just cut to Shadow holding her, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
good.
they're not really gonna show a girl being shot in the head or
Oh yeah,
anything. Come
obviously they're
on.
gonna cut away from it. It's not like in the books where you actually see the shot in the back. But yeah,
If you take comic book violence serious, you're weird.
especially if it's a Sonic comic.
Any comic.
I mean, I'm looking at the panel right here, and when she gets hit, there's a giant sound effect that says Zorch.
What kind of gun makes that sound?
It's a laser gun.
The fuck?
Although based on what I'm looking at here, it's like, hold on, let me. You want me to show it, Derpy? Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. I like how Derpy, his best pony here, says says you know nothing about Sonic, Kruma.
I only play the games. I didn't give a damn about the lore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, especially just because again, those games came out when you're a kid.
Yeah, you're a hedgehog. You run. You try not to jump because jumping is boring in Sonic. Yeah, at
And,
least until the
and most times of the games are usually based off try to live, don't die.
basically that's every game in
Yeah,
general.
well, no, I'm just saying because like how we have games now where it's just like you have to sit right here and listen to a whole story play off of listening to why this world is this world, and it's cool to hear about, but I'd rather play the game and hear through it through like people I
Okay,
beat in the game, not a whole like five
here
ten
you go,
minute
Kuma.
introduction of like
Go to the ants chat.
war.
Go to the ants
War
chat.
is bad.
I have the shot.
No, yeah, yes.
Here's the I gotta show it to the kids. Hold on. There you go. This is the shot where oh crap, it disappeared. Sorry.
No, yeah, again, I think they're gonna just do the from the game mostly instead of the comic.
Oh yeah. I can't deny there is the blood there is some blood in there. So yeah.
I guess if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
It just looks like
Do I know what I call it?
just looks
Tragedy.
like
I call it tragedy.
glop. Mm-hmm.
I can't make out the expression Shadow has in the pot.
I because there is no expression. It's just eyes.
I know, right?
It's just eyes. His regular eyes.
Oh my god, that was a weird comic episode. Okay, so like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward. I can't wait for the. I can imagine a trailer is right around the corner.
Yeah,
Definitely,
I'll be interested in hearing how it'll sound.
definitely. Well, let's talk Transformers, shall we? Which is bringing on to our segment. Welcome everybody to the trailer park. Fucking love that intro. So the first trailer we got here is the one that's been talked about the most. That would be the Transformers 1 trailer. We do have posters for it, and there's actually a couple. I got them in the ants chat. If you want to see it, we got one here of Optimus, or if you want to be specific, Orion Pax, played by Chris Hemsworth. You got one of Bumblebee. Give him a smug ass smile. You got one for Alita 1. Again, really actually interested. Kind of cool. They got Scarlett Johansson to voice her. And lastly, you got Megatron, or as it says there, D16. It's a weird name for him, but whatever.
Hmm.
I think it's because it's just it looks sounds like more of a code where you got Orion Pax with a full on name. So the movie is gonna follow young Optimus Prime, again known as Orion Pax, and Megatron, and it acts as an origin story set on Cybertron that centers around and the story centering around the relationship between these two brothers and how they became enemies and the foundations that led to the war between the Autobots and the Decepticons. For all I know, this has been only done in the comics, and even then, we didn't see lot of this relationship. I went to before going when I saw this trailer. I actually went to my buddy Jason Ruth, who is the producer of Mystery Brony Theater. Went and I asked what he asked a lot of questions whether this was like just shown lot in any form of media, and he said no, this was mainly just this is the first time. And I think I liked what I saw. The animations looks good, and yeah, it looks really good. What did you think of the trailer?
I think it's okay. It's just that I feel like the whole trope they're going with on how uh Optimus is supposed to be a low level person or a low level worker of sorts.
Yeah,
And it's just like, oh yeah, he got some mystical powers and now he can do stuff and everything. I'm right here going like, I feel like that's been played out too much a bit.
I find it weird because
Like,
like no, go on. Sure.
yeah, because it just takes away the idea that I don't know. I always thought of Optimus being this slightly hardworking kind of person more. He fought and worked to try and get where he was at. Than like, oh, he was just a special chosen one. It
Yeah,
seems.
it's
Yeah,
not.
I don't know. That's the part that just kind
You
of takes
didn't.
it
You
away from
don't.
me.
You want to see an Optimus that kind of matures his way up the ladder in a way.
Or not matures his way up the ladder, but at least we see him going up the ladder and
Oh yeah,
everything.
yeah.
At least working his way up, and then him and Megatron just have this falling out or something like that, as maybe one of them's
Yeah,
chosen for something and everything,
exactly. Yeah,
like uh, something like that. But I could see that working more than, oh, you four are these chosen people that now can do stuff that you weren't able to do
yeah,
before.
yeah. Like one of the things they say in the trailer is we want one day we're gonna we'll learn how we don't even know how to transform yet. And the thing is that I don't know if this is probably gonna be answered in the movie, but the War of Cybertron has been going on for like thousands of years, correct?
I guess so. I get, yeah, how they have in the comics and everything, but in here it probably going on, but we just either they're not just showing us, or it's, again, this is probably a different time. I don't know.
Let me take a look. Okay, I was very under pushing it actually. The War for Cybertron went on for 5 to 8 million years.
Mm.
So yes, so if this is the beginning of the War of Cybertron, I just want to know. No, how did this? This is obviously before Earth. How do you know what? How did you guys come up with truck? Come on. Better yet, I hope they have a way they show Megatron turning into a gun. If that's the case, that would be fucking hilarious.
I mean, there's the whole like scene of them transforming and like their body is enhancing or some shit.
And they're still getting used to it.
Oh, no, kind of, but I just mean like in the first part, we're seeing it looks like Optimus. He has like this legit gun that is
Yeah,
morphing and
yeah, that's
coming out of
right.
him.
One other, but yeah, I like how they finally get their trans. That's what was one of my favorite ones there, where they finally get the ability to transform and they try to do it, and they're like, "Oh fuck, this is harder than I thought," and they're like still like midway through transformation. Bumblebee crashes something, his wheels just pop out. That was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, the comedy in this is, I can't say bad or childish, just meh.
I mean, it's not really like built. It's not like really built up comedy. I would say.
Hmm. Hey, Cruiser's here.
Yeah, like it's not really like built up comedy. It's just like, mm,
There.
yeah, because like I wouldn't say it's improv comedy
Oh
either.
no,
Like,
it's not improv comedy. It's clearly like it's kids show comedy. It's what's the word?
no, no, 'cause there are some scenes where just it's meant to be like, oh, they just figured this out kind of thing.
Yeah. We're talking Cruiser. If you want to know what we're talking about the Transformers One trailer.
Yeah, I saw. I'm actually kind of surprised that people are getting. There we go. The fact that some people are, heavily criticizing it. They said that it looks cheap, which yeah, I guess you could say so. But I actually thought it looked kind of cool. Then
Yeah,
again, I don't. But
I'm.
then again, I'm not. I was never a huge Transformers fan, like the original generation. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
grow up watching it,
I did.
but from what I saw, it looked fun. It looked entertaining.
It did. Like, bear in mind, I grew up watching Transformers Armada through Cybertron, which was. I didn't see all of Energon. I did, but I saw it, and Cybertron did have that 3D animation style. I mean, it was more
Hmm.
like. I will say the animation in that one was more fluent, or, or
Hmm.
more fluid. Excuse me. Maybe well, this one
I'm not
has.
trying. Yeah, I'm not trying to say it's like the animation is bad either,
Oh
but I
no,
feel like it could have been a little better.
yeah,
I mean, it looks a little cheap. Don't get me wrong; they definitely look like toys.
true.
Like literally, but
I know why does does look a little it looks a little choppy in a way.
Well, no, no, not really. No, I'm agreeing with Cruiser to where like I feel like this is just meant for them to make a whole new line of toys
Oh yeah.
mhm.
instead of going with the more mechy,
Yeah.
grimy and gritty looking
Yeah, where you
machine looking toys they have now.
yeah, I don't need to
Mhm.
see every bolt of Optimus. This come on. Just give me
Yeah, so like
some
you feel like the animation is just more towards yeah, this is gonna be for kids and to show like we're gonna
we're
have more
going back
different toys coming out
we're
now.
going back to the roots in a way.
In a sense, yeah, I think.
Yeah. I will say the one thing that did stand out for me in that animation that kind of bummed me off was the movement of the characters. Like I said, when I watched the best 3D Transformers show I saw was Transformers Cybertron. And it basically had that look of the like of the real life Transformers, but it was still had that simplification, but they still showed the details and the movement was more fluid. And this one it did it just looked a little less fluid, and I know why. It's because of the movie's frame rate. I get it. It's a requirement for like standard film, but it was just weird. But one thing that was really but let me go down the cast here. Like I said, we got Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime or Orion Pax since it's young. Megatron or D16 will be voiced by Brian Bree Henry. Scarlett Johansson as Alita 1. Keegan Michael Kay as Bumblebee. Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion. Steve
Sorry about
Buscemi as the antagonist, who I'm going to assume is Starscream since we briefly do see him in the trailer. And John Hamm as Sentinel Prime, who I am actually kind of wondering how that will tie into Dark of the Moon, since this does take place in that same universe.
And keep in mind too, this movie, as far as we can tell, doesn't have any humans.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah, it's supposed to take place on their world.
yeah.
We
This is
talked about that.
yeah. If you want to be more
I was just
specific, this takes
it was a
actually
comment
Cruiser. This
someone
actually
made, and I realized, oh wow, that's actually right.
yeah. Actually, you're not even too far on that. Since this is the beginning of the War of Cybertron, it technically takes place 5 to 8 million years before the human race. Um, but yeah, what I find interesting is that this is also the first animated Transformers movie since the early one from the 19 like 70s, 80s,
Hmm.
which is a good movie, by the way. I haven't. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I loved it. But I like how but I'm liking how this story is prequelizing everything there. How we see these two brothers become two of the most recognizable like rivals in cartoon history. I want to see how the Decepticons started up. I mean, I know what their motivations are, but I don't think a lot of people do unless you like read the comics or like know the lore. I like how I'm hoping the movies delve more deep into what Megatron's motivations are, what led to him creating the like leading the Decepticons, what he's trying to achieve.
Hmm.
But yeah,
From one scene, in here. Hold on, let me find it real quick. It has him. It has him like kneeling over another like bot. It seems like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
this one's like covered in moss. Like they've been there for who knows how long, and like you said, like the war could still be going on, or it might be the beginning, but like, or well, it could be the beginning of it. But I was saying like it could still be going on. We're just not being shown it from their
Hmm.
perspective
yeah,
until they get their abilities to actually go out and be like, holy shit, this is who we're fighting, or this is what they've been doing the whole time, or something like that. Like
yeah,
yeah, like I said, the war could still just be going on, and this is like a whole thing of like Megatron looking at it going like, this war is for nothing kind of idea.
yeah. He wants to. I mean, his prime motivation is to have his race like rule the galaxy. I know that, but why? Why does he want? Does he feel like his whole race is because the war's for nothing? Maybe he wants to move to like advance to another planet or something like that or whatever. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna be
Yeah,
like
because if they're just fighting themselves, yeah, I could see just going like, we're literally just killing ourselves right here, like, and that's why he sees it.
exactly. And I'm looking forward to it. I like how they got like this whole like for lack of a better term, it's got like this whole Revenge of the Sith like setup. Only and this time it's like two brothers, kind of like
Mm,
someone put it in the comments. It's like Prince of Egypt meets Revenge of the Sith. Two brothers and brothers becoming enemies. Like
I can
two
see
enemy.
that. That's actually a good comparison.
Yeah, we get to see two different ideals and we kind of understand their motivations. Like one of the things I want to see them do here is can they find a way in this movie to actually kind of make us guess under side with Megatron? Like we understand what his motivations are and we kind of understand like yeah, maybe he does have a point.
there's a comment I'm seeing right here on the trailer that was made 2 days ago. Someone said Megatron was a gladiator before he became the leader of the Decepticons, and Orion Pax was a scholar. So I guess they are just doing their own thing with this movie.
That's fair enough. I'd like if they want to experiment. It's a little thing there. I mean, like you want to change some stuff up. That's fine. I mean, in the
Well,
end,
no, again, like, but like I said, like I would have preferred like if they did keep him as a scholar and maybe he built up to becoming this leader
Hmm.
kind of idea.
they were always brothers, though, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think those are just, or at least they were friends in a
I
sense.
I think what the main focus of the movie is more or less the relationship between these two brothers and how they like fall apart in a way.
Well, but I think it's supposed to showcase their brotherhood in the beginning, though,
Yeah,
before they're falling.
like before like they
It's
come
just
in.
like well, again, it's just like Cruiser, like I was telling Evan, this movie is doing the whole trope of a low-level person suddenly getting power and rising up
Hmm.
kind of idea.
Yeah.
Because in the trailer, they even say, like, I know we're just two low-level bots or something like that, and we can't even transform yet. I'm right here going, okay, okay, this is interesting.
To
But
quote,
yeah, but because I was also right here thinking in my head that I always thought Optimus Prime is just like this hard-working kind of guy in a sense, or at least someone who was determined to do stuff or focused.
yeah.
Than like, oh, he was just this guy that just got power and was put into a higher
we got
part
a
now.
we got a potential caller coming in. Um, regardless, I'm actually really interested in seeing what they got here, especially also since what they did with the last movie. They have it now tied in with the with where they now have it tied in with the cinematic universe of the G.I. Joe universe. Yeah, I want to see how G.I. Joe
He'll
fits
be
in
the,
the War of Cybertron. Please let that be a thing. Anyway, we got a caller coming
he'll
in
be the
here.
hub cinematic universe.
He'll be the what?
The hub cinematic universe.
Hey, one can only wish that could come back, Cruiser. One can only wish. Rest in peace. Anyway, we got Jablonski Jr. coming in here. Let's bring him in right now. Jablonski Jr., welcome to the show. You're on Ants.
Of course you call me that. What's up?
Hello.
Uh,
Hello.
hello. Hello.
I'll back up use the restroom real quick.
What is up?
I don't know what's up with you. We were talking Transformers.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about Transformers. So I don't know.
What did you say?
I don't know anything about Transformers. So I don't know.
You know nothing about Transformers.
Yep, I know nothing about it.
I don't know. The theme song kind of describes everything you need to know about it, but whatever.
I never even seen the show.
They're more than meets the eye, and they're robots in disguise. What more do you need to know? Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. I don't I think the theme song basically explains everything. Cruiser, you agree with me? The theme song basically explains everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like virtually every single iteration of the show, well, not just the show, but the brand, kind of describes what each of them do.
Yeah, it's
I mean, heck,
repetitive.
even when they rescue bots, they even tell you, like, yes, there are rescue bots in this one.
Yeah. It's like Power Rangers, only it's not a continuous story. But it's still fucking
Oh.
awesome.
Uh,
You're high right now, are you?
I'm not high. I'm just very, very special.
Cruiser, is he high?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, you're basically high, dude. What the
Holy
fuck?
sound like this.
You always sound like this?
Yes.
I apologize.
There's no need to. It's fine.
I have a hard time recognizing. Sorry, I'm an ass, dude. I hate bring using this as an excuse. I am an Aspie. I kind of have a hard time recognizing like emotions be unless like clarity. People get
Dude,
mad.
me too.
People get mad at
Me
me.
too.
People look at me with a mad face. I'm like, you're either mad or very hungry. I can't really tell.
Mood. That's mood.
Uh, yeah. So what's the problem, dude? What's the problem here? Sit here, please sit here and play armchair therapist with me and just tell me what your problem is.
I just don't know anymore. It's just you're not my therapist. I don't even have a therapist.
Okay, strike that. Cruiser's now your therapist because he's gonna tell you what's wrong with you rather than hearing your problem.
I'm a god. I'm a sociopath.
Keep going.
I just don't know anymore. I just don't know
Don't know what.
anything. It is just. I just. I
Go-
feel like a broken record right now.
Well, Cruiser, how should he solve his problem?
I should have got him. You say alcohol, I'm going to punch you.
Yeah, here's what you're going to do. You're going to play a game of Russian roulette, but instead you're going to put bullets in all the chambers.
Cruiser,
Yes.
Cruiser, give us something else that isn't annoying and will hurt and will kill people.
That's all I got.
I just know I might
Yeah,
have
that was a bit
different
darker than I was
personalities,
expecting to.
so I just been
You know what?
not
New plan.
coasting down.
Cruiser, give him a random give him an album to listen to that you feel like would treat this situation. Play Doctor Music and tell him and give him a prescription of album. I gotta remember that. Doctor Music, you need an album prescription.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm being Canadian.
Cruiser, album.
Okay, well, no. You'll look at my collection here. And I am going to tell you to listen to Wisconsin Death Trip by Static X in reverse. Play it backwards.
Wait, I just.
How many times a day?
We're going to take 2 and call me in the morning.
Yo, doctor, I'm not trying any of this.
Doctor Music has spoken. Good night, sir. Doctor Music. Can we remember that, Cruiser? Doctor
Sure,
Music has
why
has an
not?
album prescription for you. Take 2 doses of this and like forward reverse. All right. So we got our we got another trailer here that came out here. Hey Cruiser, you like M. Night Shyamalan?
Well, I like hot dogs.
Very good. Mike, better question. Do you like M. Night Shyamalan when he's too much M. Night Shyamalan for you to handle? And if you say no, you better say it right.
The answer is blue.
If you were going to say no, I was expecting you to say, what? No. Oh, M. Night Shyamalan, how much I love you. So he has a new movie coming out called Trap. So I'm just going to tell you what's going on here. A dad named Cooper, played by Josh Hartnett, is taking his daughter to a concert for a star named Lady Raven, who is played by Salika Shyamalan, M. Night's daughter, who apparently is a real R&B singer, and I did not know that. I wonder what this movie's main goal is, to try and promote his daughter. Anyway, the show starts up and the dad goes to take a leak. While walking there, he notices the place is surrounded with security guards and all these cameras. So he walks over to the merchandise stand. He's like, "Hey, Cooper, Jamie, dude, what's with all the cameras around here?" He's like, "I can't tell you." He's like, "Something happening?" He's like, "Okay, you didn't hear this from me." And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, I was like, "Well, Jamie, you're the worst person I've ever seen in my life." Then he said, "You know this? There's this killer out here called the Butcher. This whole concert is a trap to get him. Like right now, there's like all these SWAT members coming in like armed vehicles. They're surrounding the building. They're checking people when they leave. They're checking people inside just to catch this guy. This whole concert is a trap." So Cooper goes into the bathroom and opens his phone and looks at a security camera of a guy in his basement that's screaming for help, and he's like chained to the floor. So it's obvious Cooper is the killer, and he has to try and find a way out of this concert hall without getting caught.
And let me guess. He finds a tape recorder that says, "I want to play a game."
I don't. Oh, do I hope that's the thing? I mean, I already know what the twist is, so like, yeah. The reason
I have not seen the trailer.
I just described literally everything in the trailer that you need to know.
So how do you know the twist already?
The 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 idea they say that the police were tipped off that he was going to be there, and
Okay.
so the twist is that his daughter's the one that set him up. Think about it. His daughter was trying to get in the beginning. She's like trying to rush him to get into the concert hall. So who's to say she knows that her dad's the killer, and since she already knew they were going to the concert, she's like, "Yo, my God, I know where the killer's gonna be. He's at a concert. It's an anonymous tip."
I mean, I love that. I love that idea, but This is a teenage girl excited to go see a singer.
Well, she might be playing it up because she doesn't want to look suspicious to her
I-
father.
Again, I like the idea, but I'm just saying, like that's still just a teenage girl excited to see a singer is all. That
Hmm.
I can see the idea of it. It's just that I don't think she's really playing it that well at all.
Yeah.
That's literally just how a girl, like a teenage girl, will react wanting to go see someone she wants to really want to go see.
True. The only other thing that kind of gave away is like how do the police know who they're looking for? Are they like the idea is
Well,
that the
they
daughter
don't.
told
They're checking everyone.
yeah, but like there's no like do they know what he looks like? Do like that what
No, again, that's why they're checking.
what are they checking
That's
for?
why they're checking people. Because it might not make sense on why certain people might be there. Especially if you're maybe if you're maybe just one guy, but if you're there with someone, especially maybe that might not actually be his daughter as well too.
True, true. Like
Ooh.
the theory that goes into there is that the daughter told him what they were going to be wearing or something like that, or what he looks like feature wise. Because they go through a metal detector in the trailer to indicate that he's not to indicate that they checked for weapons or anything like that.
Yeah, any normal concert.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not that odd.
I know. No, there are something. I'm just glad they kept that in there to indicate the movie's
The
not simplifying anything. I know it's a
Well,
comic.
no, they did it like towards like when you said like he starts to notice more security and everything. That's when it starts to be
Yeah,
like, okay, now shit is like more serious.
yeah. To trap a killer at a concert, that's actually a pretty clever idea too. I'm not gonna lie.
Is
Well,
it?
that's how they would probably get me. I mean,
You heard it
I
here,
mean,
people.
depending on what you do, though, like if you were a guy that's known for killing like bands, yeah, that'd be a nice way to probably catch you. But if you're like a person who's known for just killing or taking someone out of nowhere,
Hmm.
you really just want to put that guy in a crowded area with a bunch of people around him for him to just grab any hostage to be like, hey, you're gonna let me out of here, right? Like, yeah, like I can understand, if it was a whole sting situation to catch someone who kills band members, because it'd be like, all right, he usually kills them in their dressing room or something like that. We could wait till this and that and everything like that. This is a whole thing of like,
There
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it's
because
just kind of dumb. If
I do actually have an explanation for that. I actually learned this from one of the from Casual Criminalist. Um, when it comes to that
I
kind
do
of
know they make stings and everything, yeah.
when it comes to that thing, you're usually I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I do know they do make up those kind of
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah, usually
But
when you're
this though is like a whole big concert is everything.
and you're concerned why they would have a killer go in a room full of people.
No, if that's your plan to set up an event to draw the killer there.
Hmm. I don't think it was
Like, why would you plan a big event like that?
oh
Is all I mean.
I
Like,
think I don't
for just to catch a killer, you could set up something smaller, just as big or just as popular. Is all I mean.
I think
But you got him literally in a whole concert with victims or
well that
potential hostages. Is all.
well that was the idea. The idea is that the daughter was already going to the concert and she says how he's going to be at this concert. And I think when Jamie says this whole thing is a ruse or a trap, he might be just like not giving like a literal sense or anything like that. He might be just like putting it out there. Also, I
You
did
mean the merchant? You mean the merchandise guy?
Jamie, yeah. I'm like, well, Jamie, you're a terrible person. You just told the killer what's going on. So like, yeah. Even though
I
you
mean, he
after
doesn't know he's the killer though. Like,
well, yeah,
he's just a guy asking. Like,
well, okay, go on.
I'm sorry, but you're making it sound as if like these people already know about
Well, the
him.
problem is that
Some of these people don't.
well, the thing
That's the
is
whole thing. Some of them don't is all. You're making it sound as if they do know who he is.
the thing that drove it is Jamie first said. Is Jamie the first when he asked Jamie, "What's with all the security cameras here?" He says, "I'm not supposed to tell you." And then all he says is, "Was there something happening? You didn't hear it from me, but you know that killer. You know, it's like he doesn't know he's the killer, but it's like, dude, why did you were just said you just said you were told not to tell anybody what's going on? Why did you tell this guy what's going on?"
Because there are people like that that do that anyway.
Sadly, that is the case. Yeah.
I was gonna say you work at a place that probably with people that fucking do that.
Mm. And the thing with the hostage thing you said of him taking hostages at the event, you mentioned that. I actually do have something for that. Usually, first of all, shout out to Simon Whistler in the Casual Criminalist for giving me this explanation. Um, when it comes to those kinds of situations, single killers don't usually act in large crowds because of the witnesses. It's only like when it's like a group that it's huge crowds. Example, like what happened in Russia recently, or like
But
you know
no,
they
again,
met.
but like I said again, you can make a big event. Like you could still make a big event. It doesn't have to be like as big as a concert and everything. Because when you're desperate enough, you will do like human nature will do against what they already do. If you're someone who's cold and calculated at times, if you're backed into a corner, you'll go against what you do all the time. It's human nature to like sometimes do that.
Hmm.
Like again, like if they're right there going like, yeah, we got you surrounded and everything, it's like, okay, so the only way I could probably get out of here is, just grabbing a random person and just having them as a hostage.
Well,
Like, I'm
yeah,
not
but
saying like he might not do that. I'm just saying it's like a potential thing that can happen.
true. But if he did, he would be surrounded by too many people that would bring him down. I'm questioning the logic in a Shyamalan movie. Come on.
Well, no, it's the logic of the twist you could question. We're questioning the logic of like an actual criminal in like the tactics that they're willing to take him down.
Well, yeah. Well,
Because
yeah.
this is real tactics that they use, but I'm just questioning on why would they use these specific tactics like this? Because like
Honestly, Cruiser could
again, why would he
okay.
care about witnesses? Why would he care about witnesses when they're there to already take him down?
The wit. Well, no, and I mean
Like why?
the
Like why?
witnesses were to prevent him if he were to do what he said, like grab a person, try and get out of there. No, he'd be
No,
tackled by the.
no. I mean, what? Not during, but like whenever he's desperate enough to do it.
He would be tackled by
Like,
everybody around him, most likely. Cruiser,
but then they run the risk of him killing that person.
not when you're overrun.
That should,
Cruiser, there's actually been instances of this happening there. I mean, hell, one of the biggest examples is what happened on one of the September 11th attacks when during the Philadelphia Field incident.
yeah, but was that person a killer or anything? Or
Dude, it was a terrorist.
I don't know how skilled they are. I don't know what they do.
They crashed a
It
plane into.
it could just be a random guy, like a random guy that was just chosen to do it. Is all. Like I don't know if he had any actual skills. Is all. That's all I mean. Like because in the movie, like I don't know what this guy specifically did or anything. I just know they were portraying him as this killer, this man who does this and everything. So I'm obviously thinking, okay, this is a guy who has skills of sorts. I don't know if he's ex-military or anything like that, or
Yeah,
I don't know
like,
what the guy in the movie can do.
I can imagine.
So I don't know. Like I said, he could take someone hostage, and before anyone gets to him, he could just snap their head and just take the other person. Like I don't know what the fuck he could do. Like I'm just saying, we're hearing that he's a killer and that he already has someone tied up in his basement.
Yes, though when it with killers,
so who's to know what he can do?
With well, true. It's just more common that like lone killers
like I said, I don't know how skilled he is. That's what I mean.
I hear you. It's just common that I'm just going I'm just going by common criminal logic. But like honestly, with the whole rouse of setting up the concert, it's like
all the other.
With the whole rouse of like setting up the concert, it's like I don't know. It wouldn't be something I'd be surprised to see in a Shyamalan film being that ridiculous and over the top. Cruiser, you can back me up on that, correct?
You cut out there for a second.
I said the idea of having a concert just to lure out a killer with that over the top concept wouldn't be that really new and something like new you'd see in a Shyamalan movie. You can back me up on that. You've seen more over the top shit that he's had in the film.
I will say it's one that I've never heard of
Oh
before.
yeah, I can't deny that. Like he's had the one thing I can give Shyamalan credit for is he does have creative ideas. At least I can give him credit that he is coming up with some original like ideas. Not original, but like, okay, I never thought of this idea. Trapping a guy with a concert. That's never seen that before.
I guess.
Hell, I mean, yeah, The Happening was a bad movie, but hey, the trees are making people kill themselves. It's weird and bizarre, but I've never heard of a movie that did that before, so whatever.
Well, one guy about that movie there's one guy I saw that had an interesting theory in regards to The Happening. The man who says, "You like hot dogs, right?" He didn't say it was the trees. He says it was the plants. And when they were pulling into the house, you notice that there was an actual factory plant in the
The
background.
nuclear power plant. Mr. Burns, I accidentally started The Happening.
So maybe that had something to do with it. But the
Maybe.
acting was still atrocious.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like when you look at like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, and you don't really know in the movie why the birds are attacking, but the trailer kind of gives them an idea, but it's really stupid. But yeah, my question is whether or not the movie's gonna be Shyamalan bad uh, or the best way I can describe it is like this: is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be Shyamalan bad good, or is it gonna be just a bad movie? By Shyamalan good, I mean it's so bizarre and weird, like you just can't stop watching. Like you just gotta laugh.
um, what was his last one? Old. What was that?
Old? Yeah, I think it was. No, it wasn't old. It was. Also, you ever notice there's a weird thing with him having only single words in his title lately? I mean, signs, old, glass, split, trap,
The Sixth Sense.
Stuart Little.
That was a Shyamalan movie.
Yeah,
Seriously?
remember the twist? Yeah, even that had a twist. Those aren't Stuart's real parents.
Did he really make that
Yeah,
movie, or are you just screwing?
yeah, he did. He made the movie. You didn't know this?
I did not,
He made
and I am
Sorgo.
checking now.
It's like one of those weird things there. It's like how you realize that Michael Bay invented the phrase "got milk." Not the book though. He didn't do the book, obviously.
Holy shit!
You didn't
He's
know
one of the
this?
writers. No, I never did.
I don't even. Did he? My question is, if he had a cameo in there. He always cameos in his movie. Let's see there. Did he have a cameo in there? No, he did not. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's coming out. The movie will be coming out in September. Hey, hold on. Is it? Yeah, it's August 9th. Sorry. Surprisingly, it's the first Shyamalan film I know that doesn't take place in Philadelphia. I don't know. With that being said, let's move on to our next segment of the night, and that would be Hooked on Harmonics. We'll be right back.
What's going on, nation? This is the Concert Cruiser, and today we're going to be looking at the debut album of Vanera. Vanera is the solo project of Monkey from Korn, as well as Chris Hunt. This is basically a digital album. And the best way how I can sum this up is if you remember when I did that review of the Mummy Demastered soundtrack, it's basically along those lines. It's instrumental, it's very synthy, and sounds very dark. Honestly, just start with the very first song, Alignment, and work your way down. Now, it's a short album, so you're not gonna have to waste a lot of time with it. And honestly did not think Monkey had this kind of interest in him. If you can kind of tell there by the look here, yeah, it's actually kind of creepy. And so is the sound of this album. There's no guitars, there's no drums. It's basically just these synthetic sounds that are in there. Now, but is the physical album worth getting? Um, Only if you want a signed postcard. Because other than that, this I have to give deduct points for the for the album packaging because this is just a fucking envelope. There's no booklet, there's the disc, and that's it. That's all it is. I was actually kind of disappointed with it. But like I said, if you want to at least get, their autograph, it's right there. But other than that, though, it's something that was definitely a surprise for me because, I kind of figure, every musician out there has different musical interests. They all do. But I did not think that Monkey was actually going to go in this direction. So definitely give this a listen. It's rather intriguing. So, like I said, it does kind of feel like the Mummy Demastered, only not so chip tuney. This is the Concert Cruiser with Hooked on Harmonics.
Welcome back to the First Grade Forest. How are you tonight? Anyway, Anyway, when you were showing that album cover, it brought back a memory from college. So I was taking a lighting class, right? I went to
Mm-hmm.
film school, obviously, and one of the things we had to do was a project where we had to replicate an album cover. It wasn't supposed to be exact. You could add the effects if you want, but the object was to kind of like match the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
So I was paired with this guy and this girl, and he said, "Okay, I know exactly what we're going to be doing. We are going to replicate the soundtrack cover for Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and Evan's playing Scott Pilgrim." I'm like, "Okay, why?" And he's like, "Because you're the only one that has a bass guitar." I'm like, "Okay." If you remember that cruiser, I had a bass guitar in my yeah, I got rid of that thing because it wasn't being used. So I am trying my damnedest at this moment to try and find this photo for a compare and contrast. In the meantime, cruiser.
That's
No, that's all I said. In the meantime, I just had to say that. In the meantime, cruiser, how you doing?
Well, I just applied to be a supervisor, so we'll see how that goes
Supervisor where? Are you allowed to
at
say?
the hospital. The hospital.
Oh dear. Oh, I found the picture. Cruiser is supervising the ill.
Well, the kitchen at least.
So actually, I think I remember posting this on one of the Scott Pilgrim like fan page on Facebook, and Kuma will be back, by the way. Um,
No, I'm here.
oh, your camera was off. I was confused.
No, I just put the blocking thing on.
Oh, so you followed what I said about the Scott Pilgrim album.
Yeah, I have my headphones on. I can still hear things.
Sorry, I couldn't tell because the camera was blocked off. So I'm gonna show you what the album looked like, just to give you an idea of what you're in for. We didn't have time to put in the text, but I shared it to a Scott Pilgrim like Facebook page just to just to see if they could do it for me. They did, but I gotta find the image. So for the kids out there, this is the album cover for Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Let me just bring it up here for you guys. I put the original cover in the ants chat. So here's what they're looking at right now, everybody. This album cover right here of Scott just playing his bass guitar in that stupid in that position.
I'll
So
take your garbage, man.
so let's talk see what my image looked like. So again, I had a green shirt. The bass guitar is not the right color, but they had the object was to get me in the same pose, and it was just to do the lighting. So we didn't have time to add it. So let me just show the people. Let me just bring it up to the ants chat, and I'll give you a laugh. This is us.
It's actually not bad.
Let me put it up here for people to see. This is all that was taken from it.
I mean, you even got the guitar in the right angle. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he was like
But
positioning him like. Hmm,
although, I'm not sure if it's as low as it is with Scott.
I'm gonna do a side by side here. Kuma, what do you think?
I'm kind of doing something real quick.
Oh, excuse me. There's a side by side. Yeah, I'm not that low down there. I'd be more squatting. I like how I'm wearing. He gave me two. So the sweatbands, right? He wanted me
Mhm.
to do the same one as Scott. So what we did was we didn't have white sweatbands. We had the like green electrical tapes. So what they did was that what they did was I'm not wearing socks in this picture, so they took a pair of socks and just cut off the leg piece and they just put electrical tape there.
I mean, it works.
I miss those shoes. Those are nice shoes. I like how I'm even wearing close to the same pants and almost the
They
similar.
are just-
The shirt is similar.
Okay.
The scruffy hair is pretty good. I also like how
You just needed a art. I think you just needed to arch your back more,
yeah, I need to like
or
hunch myself over a little bit
bend
more.
down more. Yeah,
I also
then
got
that's probably about it. Then yeah,
yeah
that's pretty much it.
yeah. Oh my God, I remember doing that angle. It was so painful. Well, I thought it was pretty. Yeah, it's interesting. I did post it somewhere with the. I wish I could find the photo. No, someone, like I said, someone did do it on the Scott Pilgrim page. I have to. I'll see if I can look it up for you guys. See if I can find the one that the other guy made. I know it was me. I tagged my buddy Raul in there. Not Raul. Not that Raul. The other Raul. So Cruiser's being a supervisor. Always
well,
interesting.
I haven't been interviewed yet, dude.
Hmm. Sounds like a good paying job.
Well, I've been at the same position for close to 10 years. I think it's time for an upgrade.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing too. I'm trying to get a job at the Tron ride.
Doing
Just
what?
just an operator.
But isn't that what you're already doing?
Yeah, but I'm operating a new ride.
Okay, but it's not like you're team captain or anything.
Nah. Honestly, people said to me,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't. Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's an upgrade though, or well, promotion.
I like
Yeah, because I was literally thinking the same thing. Cruiser was like, don't you already do that?
from
No,
like
I mean like operator.
yeah, I am. People have said, Evan, how come you're not a coordinator? How come you want to go for management? I'm like, I don't know. I just like being in the trenches. I just like being at they're operating the thing rather than just walking around with a pair of pickers, just picking up trash and just making sure people are doing their work. I like just being that. I just like being out there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're not making more money, it's not exactly an upgrade.
There really isn't that a lot of money to be made, honestly. It's just like a couple bucks more, nothing too bad. I might honestly I could see myself doing it one day, just not at the moment. Just I still just like being in the trenches. Where the fuck is this photo?
Okay, I'm attempting to put a privacy screen protector perfectly onto an iPad.
Cool.
No fucking bubbles.
Okay. So I want to know, Cruiser, did you apparently my dad is contacting me and Cruiser, trying to get us.
Yes, he is.
So he's getting us introduced into King Crimson,
Yeah, and that he is.
and I'm enjoying the stuff he's given me. I'll say that.
Yeah, I listened to the album Discipline at work, and it is funky, it is good. I love the bass work on that thing.
Yeah, like we were looking up like the thing for 21st Century Schizoid Man, and then we're like, friggin', yeah, that's a good, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I found the image that the guy on the Scott Pilgrim thing made. Hold on. Yeah, I need to be arched over more definitely. It's still a pretty good shop.
Let's see here.
There's like two.
Okay, aren't you putting it in the ants
Yeah,
chat?
yeah, stand by. I'm gonna get it there. I just wanted to find it. Evan Pilgrim 2. There you go. I'm just gonna put it right there. Go back to the thing. And here's it for the view for the kids.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yep. Someone did try to make it look like did up the contrast to give it more like that painting look.
Very interesting.
What is that, a filter?
No, it's just a privacy screen.
Oh, so like
So it's just like,
people can't see on your iPad or anything like that?
yeah. So I'm just like, okay, this is pretty interesting.
Yeah, there's one with more high contrast. I don't like it. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to make me look like a painting on the album. Like I get it, and it kind of works, but it doesn't. Let me see if I can do a side. Yeah, it needs to be better with the lighting. Which is ironically what we did for this assignment was to match the lighting. Which honestly, going back looking at it, it did the job. It's just that high beam on the top. Shadows could have been a lot better than it's not projecting the same way. I like how on the over contrast one you can clearly see like the outline that he photoshopped me out of.
Here. Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it.
The only thing I really don't like about the new shots here is your shadows visible. That's not the case with Scott. Yeah, I
Yes,
mean Scott Pilgrim's is, but it's the one that's on the floor. Yours is behind
is
you
behind there on
on the
that clear backdrop.
yeah. Like that's the only real criticism I have with
You
it.
could
I
have at
mean,
least
I can
tried.
forgive not having like I can forgive not having the same bass guitar. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's no one standing by with a Rickerbacker somewhere.
Definitely, it's like now Photoshop me holding a giant Sharpie, and I'm just drawing something. I'm just drawing something on the floor. But like, but like, no, we were listening to King Crimson, and my dad told me to listen to Elephant Talks, and I love it.
Oh yeah, that was a great song.
Yeah, my dad's really getting us. My dad really knows things. Once in a while, you just got to go back to some old stuff.
I'm surprised he's getting us tickets. I mean, like himself too. Don't get me wrong. It's like you do realize how expensive concerts are, right? I mean,
Never doubt the power of Timothy fucking Bernardi. I'm glad didn't know you were even going, honestly. Now, bear in mind, we're not going to see King Crimson. We're seeing Beat, which is like members of it or something like that, doing a tribute to them.
uh, yeah, I'm not exactly quite sure what the deal is here with B. I don't know if it's a tribute band or if they were just members of King Crimson.
Definitely. I mean, like when I was at a restaurant on my girlfriend's birthday, I said I'm gonna listen to Court of King Crimson, and you instantly put on. I'm like, how these guys are apparently influential. I mean, hell, Ozzy Osbourne covered 21st Century, so yeah. And when you listen to 21st Century, the King Crimson version, you're like, this sounds like a Black Sabbath song.
Oh, you've noticed.
Yeah, like that opening riff sounds like Fairies Wear Boots. But I like how the lyrics just sounded really distorted.
Here. I'm trying to find something here. It looks like they're going to be having VIP tickets. I'm trying to see how much those will go
Hmm.
because they come with a meet and greet.
Nice. That'd be a treat for my dad. He's gonna try and do Trans-Siberian Orchestra. He just needs to get the dates because apparently they're only doing one show this year. Apparently, just be aware.
Maybe just one show though, but
Yeah. So if he can't get the box, he apologizes. They just go out fast. So yeah.
I mean, I'll probably still go regardless. I just want to get your ass to their show.
All right, you gonna buy me a ticket, buddy?
Maybe.
I hope you would. I mean, one thing I really want to do is I really want to take you to a hockey game. I took Kuma. Did I take you to
I've
the
been
Solar
to one.
Bear game last time?
No, but
Yeah,
I've been to
Silvers.
Yeah.
I've been to a hockey game before.
Yeah.
Remember, I used to live in New York.
Yeah, I used to see him a lot. I used to play hockey when I was a kid. Not ice hockey, roller hockey. And yeah, it was me, Sarah, and Kuma. We went to the Mater seat in the
Yeah, we saw the puck knock the guy's teeth out. Remember?
yes. That was great. We like this we get to I said, Kuma, let's play my favorite game. It's see who can stand against the glass the longest. I forgot who won. But yeah, this guy got hit in the face. His teeth are on the floor. There's blood on the floor. Sarah was able to get a photo of it. It was awesome. Like, even throughout the day, I'm like, I hope this time I can bring back some teeth this time. Ask and I shall receive. Yeah, Kuma, I gotta
Hope
do
to
it.
bring back
Yeah.
time.
I should ask and see if we can get that again. Yeah, would you want to go again, Kuma?
Yeah, sure. I found out that I enjoy sports where at least people are getting hurt of sports. Because I don't care for really football or basketball, baseball, where,
I like how
hey, sir, I'm hurt. Can foul on this person,
Kuma,
free hit, blah, blah, blah here.
it takes a lot of guts for a guy that just said he doesn't care for football after just saying you enjoy sports where people get hurt.
Well, no, because like in football, they're not like literally
No,
they're trying not to get hurt and everything. They're trying not to get hurt. Like, but the intention is to hit someone. Like I know because I played fucking football before. So like,
oh yeah, I did too at one
but
point.
like no, that's not like what I'm talking about. I mean like where someone can get literally fucked up. Like in this one, it's like in football, people are trying to avoid at least being hurt.
Even if you are
Like
hurt, they're just running into each other.
if you get hurt serious in one of those sports, it's because your dumbass accidentally got hit like that, or you weren't fast enough and someone accidentally hit you really hard. Not intentionally, but they probably just weren't paying attention, and your dumbass just got in front of them and went.
Yeah, like football, it's just people running into each other, but with hockey, it's a brawl.
It's basically
Yeah,
on ice.
those are legit people like going to fight and everything, and
Yeah.
especially again with the puck. We were just right there, and we just see the puck fly on the
glass.
on the wall, and then on the glass or on the plastic, and then
Sounds like a fucking gun going off.
right on the side of the guy's face, as if it was a sucker punch.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like it was great. It was a great time there. You got free food, you get free alcohol. Yeah, like Cruiser, you see your monitor right now in front of you?
The food's okay though. The food is okay. I'm not gonna rave about the food.
It's fine.
It was okay.
Like Cruiser, you see how far your laptop monitor is from your face?
Yeah.
That's how close you are to the ice at those seats.
Yeah, dude. I told you I've been to a hockey game.
Yeah, but have you ever done box VIP seats?
We didn't get them, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what the VIP seats are like. They're like the glass is like literally in front of your face. It was great. It was great.
Okay, then.
You get to see get a clip. You get an up close shot of the violence on the Zamboni because you know the Zamboni is the tradition of hockey. Admit it. Everybody's wanted to ride that thing for some reason. I don't know why, but everybody likes the Zamboni and they want to ride it. Hell, Deadpool did it. Wrote it to kill a guy.
Yeah, he did.
Deadpool's Canadian, so
I forgot. Oh man.
Canadians like to get a Canadian driver's license. It is said that you must know how to drive a Zamboni.
How Canada of them.
You're not a Cambo. Yeah, I like to go. I like to see like they go to car shows. It's just pimped out
To
Zamboni.
say you're not a Cambodian.
No, I'm not Cambo. I mean, if I did say that, it's technically a fact. But like, I'm not Cambodian.
No, you were about to say some shit
I
like
was
you
actually
ain't Canadian if you blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But you stumbled upon it and said you're not Cambodian.
Yeah, because my mind just shifted into a different thing there. Anyway, I was gonna.
You try to play it off to something else.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, I was gonna go say I'm imagining a car show, except it's just pimped out Zambonis, just lined up, and they're just like themed for something different.
I'm pretty sure it's a thing. Yeah.
I would love to see that. It's like looking.
I mean, there's a thing I believe in Montana or Virginia. But no, it's one of the flat states. Like they have like a tractor kind of thing,
Oh, I think I've heard of that. Yeah, they have different themed tractors and everything like that.
something like that. Yeah, like either they're pimped out or they're just modified or something like that.
Yeah, it's like kind of like what the mods did and stuff like that. God, I remember I actually when I think that's funny. Like when we were watching Book of Boba, you know who the mods are, right?
Yeah.
The the guys with the bikes in the England. Um, in the Book of Boba Fett, they have their own version of the mods. It's just
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, there's just like their speeder bikes are all modded up. Some of them have like all these mirrors on them. Some of them like have more like different colors, and even the drivers, they're like androids, and they have like different like modifications on them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my dad's like expecting that one of them to just walk up to their enemies and go like, "We are the mods. We are the mods." Star Wars officially has their own canon version of the mods cruiser. Let that be on the record. Are they still
Yeah,
doing
Yeah,
it?
it is on there. It is
All
on
right,
there, but I
nice.
don't know. I don't. I don't know. I can still fucking see it though. Like,
Yeah,
I guess it's just anti-glare. I don't know if it's
yeah. I think
privacy.
it works. It works better when you're like outside, and like the sun's on it or something.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that's shit.
Definitely. Are the mods still doing stuff? No, not the Boston mods. The fucking. Let me see what they look like. I can't find any good pictures of them. I looked up. Oh, there's one. Oh, all those fucking lights. I gotta show this to you afterwards, Cruiser. You know, have you ever heard of the Mods Cruiser?
nope.
They're like this group in England. They're like Vespa riders, right?
Okay.
And they're known for having these over the top modded out customized bikes. They're like some that have like hundreds of lights on them, some are like painted, some of them have like different like attachments. It's really cool. And Star Wars did a tribute to them in Book of Boba Fett, where they have this group of speeder bike outlaws that have like similar bikes, and they're like androids with like modifications and everything.
Was that really an homage to them?
Yeah, it was.
Did they say?
Um, to my
Because I
now,
mean, like not to downplay, it's just that there's been a lot of cultures that where they've modified vehicles as well, and
yeah, it is. If it they have the same color schemes as the mods. There's the different design. Yeah, it's let me see if it was to confirmed. Yeah, they are based on the mods.
Mhm.
They are
Yeah, because I was gonna say there's been a lot of cultures where like they've had like car modifying and everything.
true. I like this one. They had Boba Fett meets Power Rangers. I'm like, what? I could see some color scheme in there. But fuck, those speeder bikes look awesome. I didn't watch Book of Boba Fett again. I thought it was okay.
I am tired.
Hi, tired. My name is Evan.
I think if I wanted to actually be like if I made an OC in the Star Wars universe, it would probably be maybe an engineer of sorts, so that I can at least make something to get off a planet.
Cool. You can be our engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
let's go
already
down.
know. I said I want to be the alien one too.
I know. I want to see I want to see a drawing of.
I forgot I forgot what I forgot what race it actually was because I know it was a race that they hardly use
Oh yeah.
in the show and everything. Let
We're
me
gonna
see
get.
what it was.
So I'm making a Batu crew. I'm the captain. Jablonski's the Jedi. Cruiser's the droid, and Kuma's just the alien engineer. Um, my girlfriend's try is most likely gonna be the be the First Order supporter, which is gonna be weird. We're trying to figure out a backstory on that. Cruiser, if we ever go to Galaxy's Edge with you as the droid, I might just give you my droid's remote control and you just control him. But I can imagine you saying like, Evan, can I get some blue milk? I mean, beep boop beep. Yes, every single thing you say you're like, I mean, Bob. You just start yelling at me. I can imagine you like giving me this long-winded rant speech, trying to tell me off, and like right afterwards, like I'm about to speak back to your and you interrupt me by going like, I mean, boop. Just
Speaking of Friends, that last episode of Smiley Friends, what was really stupid.
I need to see it still. I'm sorry. I have to see the last two episodes.
The last one's really dumb.
I don't
Like,
know. I have to see myself.
really.
No, I did see some parts of it. I love it. And every single time, whenever I sent my girlfriend gets, keep sending my girlfriend that gif of Smurmu like dancing.
What?
You know the character. Did you see the shrimp episode
Yes.
where they got the guy who voices Salad Fingers to play shrimp?
Yes.
And so at the end, Smurmove comes out. He's like, "I can cheer you up, hip da da dee da doo da dee dee da da doo da," and he just does that. And so first of all, that was Chris O'Neill, Oni, and G playing that character, and there's someone made a GIF short of him just doing that over and over. And I sent it to my girlfriend who hates the show, and she just laughs at it. She's like, Evan, stop it. I'm like, no. In fact, I looked up on Reddit, and someone teacher drew Smurmu on the board with a tally sheet that said, "I want Smurmu," or "No, I really, 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 really don't want Smurmu," and everybody wanted him, and he wrote down there, "It's official. Smurmu is here to stay on the board." So now Smurmu's there to this day. I expect them to go one day because if
Okay,
you
so the race that I was going with are called I I think it's called the Bothan or the Bothan, however you
Bothans,
want to say it.
many
Yep.
Bothans died to bring you this news. Oh, the werewolf
Yep.
dudes.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And
Hell yeah, the Bothans are cool. They friggin' risked their lives to get news on the second Death Star and the Emperor being on it.
yeah, and like I said, they're barely used, so because like they're mostly just mentioned in most sources and everything,
Yeah, man.
or
So
like most movies, I think.
yeah, I'm gonna call you that, Kuma the Bothan. I was actually gonna say there, this is my engineer Kuma the Silent. He doesn't speak, and then you just go like, "Yo, what's up?"
I think the one thing I remember is someone because it's like I think it was like a Reddit post or something like that. Someone said like they're more advanced Wookiees.
I could see it.
I was like, I know. I was right here going like, that sounds kind of mean.
They're like a. It really is.
Like that sounds kind of mean to the Wookiees.
So next time we go to get.
I could kind of understand it because like it does say they also still communicate with each other like using growls and everything still
Oh
too.
yeah, sick beards. So it's
Mhm.
official. Next time we go to Galaxy's Edge, Kuma's required to grow a beard, like
I can't.
get a little goatee on there.
I can't.
You can't.
No, I can't grow a beard. The only thing I can grow is just like my sideburns.
Lucky.
Well, they have pretty good sideburns.
I know that like from most of like the sources that I'm looking at, they all just kind of have like somewhat furry faces, but it's usually
Yeah.
just like chin
Yeah.
looking.
I'm trying to go there on the 6th because I got an idea. I'm gonna go there in my suit. I'm imagining going there. They're trying to look the part of like a random some guy who's just there in costume, just trying to find treasure. I'm like, I'm building a crew and I'm looking for treasure. I'm thinking of asking the bartender. I'm looking for a certain device. And I have like a crumpled up paper there of just a black crystal. I seek one of Sidious's treasure crystals.
If I did wear something, I don't think it would be the cloak thing because that thing is just heavy ass wool, I believe. So I'm not wearing that in the fucking heat.
That's fine.
I would bake. I would bake.
Definitely. Not in the good way.
Let's see. Wow, some of the art that I'm seeing that people make of these are pretty cool. Some make them look like kind of spyish, but
Nice.
no, I would probably just be a lazy engineer.
Always have like a bottle in your hand or something like that.
I
Oh,
said lazy. I didn't say drunk.
oh, sorry.
That can be you. I'm not a fucking alcoholic.
There you go. What about death sticks? Would you be on those? Would you go for those?
No, because again, those are just their equivalent of cigarettes. Which is just kind of weird. I'm just right here going like, y'all couldn't think of anything else but death sticks.
Lucas, that's his writing. Although it is one of the funniest scenes in that movie.
Like even here, like even here, I couldn't see the name Death Stick being like that much of a popular name for a drug constantly.
What would you call them?
Cigarettes. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
I'm talking about if you rename cigarettes to like what would cigarettes be called in the world of Star
That's
Wars?
a good question. What would you call them?
Hmm. It would have to be something that appeals to all races besides humans.
So it would be the only thing I can think that would kind of be that would be spice.
Well, another name for cigarettes,
Yeah.
not whatever exists already.
Um.
I'm just saying because like if it's cigarettes, it would just again it would have to appeal to everyone. Then like
Yeah.
death sticks. Oh, mental sticks,
Mental
mental
stuff.
sticks, mental or menthol, whichever one you want to say.
Smoke up. It makes you feel like you have the force.
Skoosh Skoosh. That's what you call them.
Skoosh, skoosh.
That just sounds like a weird drink.
Exactly.
But that's
What?
not a cigarette.
Probably not, but it's the only thing I can think of. Skoosh Skoosh.
Why school? What? Why is something that you light up and something that would sound like the sound like you make when you're squishing a handball or something? Like yes, Ivan, squish squish.
Exactly. Yeah. Skoosh Skoosh.
What the fuck? No, fuck that. Like that can be what an alien says. That can be what an alien says when he wants to light up.
Dude, that doesn't sound like what an alien says. That sounds like the sound an alien that some racist thinks every race says. Come on.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, so like what human is gonna be like, oh yeah, squish squish.
Spoosh spoosh, baby.
Not Skoosh Skoosh. Skoosh.
Squish, squash, screw whatever. This it just sounds like this. Just sounds like the sound
It's
like two
official.
animals having sex.
It's
Okay.
official. That's the name of the stream. That's gonna be the name of the title of the stream. Skoosh skoosh.
Spell it. Spell it.
How do you spell
Skoosh.
Oh, it's a K. Okay, I thought it was a C.
Pick something else, Cruiser. I mean, we're living in a world where the vodka there is called spotchka. Come on.
You
That
know,
sounds like that sounds like their name. That sounds like their name for fucking spatch, like spatchcock and shit.
Yeah.
ask your dad, Evan. What would cigarettes be called in the Star Wars universe?
Fuck you. You ask him.
What was his name?
I'm not an
What
owl.
would
You
his
ask
name be
him.
for it?
No, he's your dad.
Yeah, but I'm not your owl. What the fuck?
I'm still sticking with Skoosh Skoosh. Like, dude, Skoosh.
What would it be? Weed or cigarettes?
Well, he said cigarettes. For weed, it'd just be just different in general. Cigarettes is just literally like if you're just rolling up the tobacco in general. But if you were just to say tobacco,
Muck muck.
I don't know. Yeah, that does sound like it would come from the ground.
It does. I'm trying to think
But
of one
again, that
myself.
just sounds like something an alien would say. Like, what human is going to be like, yes, we're going to advertise this as muck muck. But yes, that's going to appeal to so many humans.
Smoke up the hell, the kids will be in on it.
Yes, when in down, spark up a bowl of muck muck. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Hell, would you like to see a George Lucas special edition of Attack of the Clones where the guy walks up and says, "You want to buy some Skoosh Skoosh?"
Again, that just sounds like a weird drink as well, too.
Just so I could hear Ewan McGregor say, "You don't want to sell me Skoosh Skoosh." I wish that was. I wish that was the line now, because then I would have changed my stance of seeing him at MegaCon and just go up and say, "Hey, you want to buy some Skoosh Skoosh?" Yeah, and apparently he did an interview on like a talk show, and he was talking about his experience at MegaCon. Said it was one of the best experiences he ever had, because he said he doesn't like doing cons, but then he saw all these fans and like the kids like telling him how he influenced their life, and he's like, "Oh my god."
Oh yeah, he loves it when fans give him money.
Well, it wasn't money. He was talking about this one thing like a homemade card this little boy gave him, and how he still has it. He actually brought on the show, I think, and he looked good showing up. It was really cool. I'm trying to think of one.
If we were a crew and everything, the only thing I could constantly argue about is saying that it's my ship.
It's my ship.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I'm
the
the
only thing
captain.
to argue
I'm the
about.
captain. I got the ship.
I'm the one that fixes this damn thing.
I'm the one that lets you live in this damn thing.
I know where the secret eject button is.
Okay, so then what would a Star Wars burlesque bar be called?
What?
A cantina? I don't know. A burlesque bar?
Pretty much.
They still have cantina. That's the cantinas are an actual thing here. So yeah,
There's like brothels.
you saying
still
no
as
to be
well,
called an alien?
I like making up names and words. It's fun.
I know, but I'm right here going like, are you trying to make up like words humans would use, or words aliens are gonna use, or sounds aliens are gonna use?
Technically, the humans are alien.
Well, they're not really human because they never actually classified them as human. They're because we're not really from Earth or anything. Because again, it's a galaxy far, far away. They're not human. They're whatever planet they're from. Since how like in some science fiction they would call
oh my
people
god.
from Earth Terrans or
Yeah.
something like
You
that.
know what? I gotta know. Is there something called? What is the Star Wars cigarette equivalent called?
Again, I thought it was Death Stick.
Nope, it's actually much more unoriginal. It's just called Tabac. Or Tabac.
Stupid.
I know.
I was gonna say, you mean back to back?
Yeah, just Tabac. Or
Skoosh
or
sounds
T
way better.
apostrophe back. BAC.
When you're surrounded in combat with your buddy and you have nothing else
Oh
to do,
wait, no, there's
open
more.
up,
No,
open up a pack of back to back.
here's it is no
Share with your buddy.
no, that's what they call the dried tobacco. This is the known methods of smoking. Cigarette, apparently cigarettes are canon in Star Wars. Cigarette, hookah pipe, or smoke generator lamp.
Oh, yeah, I think I've actually heard of those.
Yeah. Apparently there was also
Yeah, because like there was like a video of people talking about all the weird technology. And I think
actually,
that was literally one of the
oh
things.
my god, I just realized something. Apparently, there was a Star Wars smoking PSA commercial where C3PO
Oh,
C3PO
Yeah,
catches
yeah, there was
R2D2.
there's like a CPA about or a PSA or literally almost anything about like with all those.
Yeah, they had one. It's like friggin' C3PO catching R2D2 smoking. How that works, I don't know. And apparently,
Through his exhaust.
exactly. And apparently, yeah, this is canon. So I guess that's how cigarettes are technically canon in Star Wars.
I would actually prefer calling them Sigara.
Cigara, yeah. Or
Yeah.
cigara, yeah.
I'm sticking with Skoosh Skoosh.
Smoke generator lamp. Oh, there's a whole article on one. Let me see.
Again, that just sounds like what the alien would say.
Lamp found in Star Tours passengers' Oh, yeah, that's right. What? A device that emits smoke. It harbored a unique design resembling a gravy saucer. From the top, sometimes it was used for smoking purposes. Oh yeah, in Star Tours, you can actually see the genie lamp from Aladdin in one of the things, and that's what they're counts as one because they look like that in the show apparently. Weird. So okay, so he's the engineer. Cruiser's the droid. I'm the captain. And DeBlanc's the Jedi. We have to find a navigator.
I thought that actually was the droid's job.
You can have both.
Because I thought that's like why also why they would have the droid with them as well too. Because like the droid is also like a second computer of sorts.
True, they can. True, with astromechs, it was mainly for ship repair. But yeah, they could be used as navigation.
I was gonna say, is he just there not doing a job?
How about a helmsman?
I mean, I feel like that could already be the Jedi's job.
Hmm.
Or the captain. I thought the captain was already the helmsman.
No, he's just in charge of the facility. The helmsman's the guy, the people or peoples that like navigate physically like navigate the vehicle. The captain just tells them what to do.
It would mostly depend on our ship though, because I'm not thinking we're in a big ass ship.
No, but we're in the final 5.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd be more in something like equivalent to like the Ghost or something. Welcome to the final part.
The Millennium Pistol, she's going to blow up.
Is that what your voice would be? Just for good.
Oh no, I'm just repeating the thing from Star Trek. The stupid like the crystals and power. I can't, Captain. I'm giving it all she's got.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, so welcome to the final 5 where we talk about final 5 things. I'm gonna go first. Actually, no, I'm gonna make Cruiser go first. Actually, so Cruiser, your time begins now.
Okay. Finished the latest chapter for my book. Now I gotta focus on Hoofrog, and then I'm going to be doing a Park Geeks video where we went to the Universal escape rooms, which were a lot of fun. I would strongly suggest anyone check these things out. There's not going to be any spoilers in it though, just because you're not really allowed to take a camera inside those things. And I got Welcome to Rockville coming up in just like 2 weeks. Very excited for this. And so on the 12th, or was it the Sunday of that week, I'm not going to be here. So that's it.
All right, Kuma, you're going to be up next. Stand by for you. Your time begins now.
I have mostly been doing a lot of D&D things and talking with a couple of artists to do a few commissions for some characters, which have actually turned out pretty well. So can't wait for the new one that they're working on right now. Currently, I joined another group that meets on Saturdays, so I'll be busy Saturday evenings now. And yeah, it's just been fun making up more things and especially making up more characters as well too. And yeah, that'd probably be about it.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. let me just bring me up here. Now it's my turn. Because what else? My time. Let me just bring me up. Time begins now. So yes, as I said there, I'm going to be making a video announcing when the first parts are going to be released. Look forward to that soon. When I get up there, I have to just make some little disclaimers there, such as like the old editor model being done, some of still it having to go through some copyright limbo. But yeah, there's some big improvement going on right now. And yeah, in terms of other stuff, the Dream project I've been working on, I've started sending Cruiser the first script. I'm gonna probably send him the next one whenever I can, just to see what he thinks. And yeah, pretty much that. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm not really doing much anything there. I'll be at Galaxy's Edge on the 6th and the 7th. 7th, I'll be with Kuma and his roommate, and maybe somebody else. I'm asking Bruce to see if he wants to go. Expect a new video from Bruce soon. Two actually. And also yeah, Hoofrock and all those other nicks and crannies. Good night, people. I love you. So with that being said, thank you for joining us tonight. There, we're gonna end this up with our final segment of the night, Kuma's quote of the week. Stand by.
Yay! So the quote I was thinking of comes from the awesome, the late great Akira Toriyama. And yeah, this guy has a lot, so I thought this one was pretty cool. And it goes, even if you think you've been driven into a corner, if you think positively, there's always a way up. Which is pretty cool, yeah, so always think positive, I guess. But yep, with that being said, from all of us here at Ants, good night, and
Skoosh.
the call is coming from inside the house. Good night.
It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. It's the end of the show, so don't blow it. End it right.
My life is a bacon-wrapped hell on earth.